Hello and welcome to the next video podcast by me, Mr. A. Stagoyannis, on the present tense in German. Right, let's begin. So, the way in which I teach my classes in each of the individual students in German and in French, each of the tenses, is to visualize a cake. And the cake being made up of 4 component layers or 4 component ingredients. We have our top layer, second layer, third layer, and final layer. And if you go in this particular order, it makes life, I feel, an awful lot simpler to be able to understand exactly how you create each of the tenses. Specifically for today, this one, on the present tense in German, for regular verbs. So, our first ingredient or layer is the subjects. We then take our infinitive, which I'll go into detail as to explaining later. And from the infinitive, we create what's called a stem. And that's very, very important. So these 2 component parts are intrinsically linked as they stand. So you can't have the stem without the infinitive, you can't have the infinitive without the stem, knowing the stem first, and vice versa. And finally, we pop on the endings according to whichever subject we have decided to use. Okay? Sounds a bit strange at the moment, but will become clear later on. So let's hit the ground running with the subjects. Ich, du, sie, es und man. Now I put these 3 lines together as they stand, but 6 subjects, because I wanted to separate them from the others that are about to follow, because all of these subjects refer to one person in particular, whereas the ones at the bottom, which we see here, wir, ihr, sie und sie, refer to plural subjects, so where more than one person is actually carrying out the verb. So, ich means I, du means you singular, so just one person, you, one as an individual. Means he, sie means she, es is it, and man means one, or the royal we as it stands. Now, as I mentioned before, I've separated with a line here because I want to distinguish, as I mentioned, all the singular pronouns at the top and all the plural pronouns at the bottom. So we have then wir below the line, meaning we, ihr meaning you plural, and then we have sie with a capital S and sie with a small s. Sie with a capital S meaning you formal, that's to say when you're speaking to somebody and addressing them as you, but somebody that you don't know, a stranger, or somebody who's in a position of authority over you, for example, or who, as I say, could be more senior in age or rank.